History is written by the victors, but sometimes what the victors did is so monstrous, so deeply sickening, that even they try to erase it from their own history books. The year is 60 AD. In the cold, unforgiving province of Britannia, a queen is dragged into a public square. She is stripped bare, tied to a wooden post, and lashed until her back is a bloody lattice of torn flesh. Her name is Boudica.
History is written by the victors, but sometimes what the victors did is so monstrous, so deeply sickening, that even they try to erase it from their own history books.
We will have our revenge!
In the cold,
Death to
unforgiving
Rome!
province of Britannia, a queen is dragged into a public square. She is stripped bare, tied to a wooden post, and lashed until her back is a bloody lattice of torn flesh. Her name is Boudica. But the Roman Empire didn't stop there. What the Roman legionaries did next to her two teenage daughters wasn't just a crime. It was a calculated, state-sanctioned weapon of total psychological destruction. A loophole in Roman law so dark that the Senate tried to pretend it never happened. To understand the nightmare that befell the British princesses, we have to look at the man who thought he could buy their safety. King Prasutagus of the Iceni tribe. Prasutagus was a wealthy client king under Roman rule. He knew exactly what the Roman war machine was capable of. He knew they didn't just conquer lands, they consumed civilizations. So on his deathbed, the king made a desperate gambit to protect his legacy. He drafted a highly unusual will. He left half of his immense wealth and kingdom to his two young daughters. The other half, he left it directly to the Roman emperor himself, the infamous tyrannical Nero. Prasutagus believed this massive bribe would ensure that the empire would protect his daughters and let his family rule in peace. But King Prasutagus fundamentally misunderstood the nature of Rome. To the Romans, a treaty was not a sacred bond. It was a temporary delay. The moment King Prasutagus drew his last breath, the illusion of peace shattered. The Roman procurator Catus Decianus saw a kingdom ruled by a widow and two young girls, not as an ally, but as easy prey. He ordered a full-scale assault on the Iceni lands. Roman tax collectors and centurions moved in like locusts. They confiscated the estates of the Celtic nobles. They enslaved the king's extended family.
How
And when
dare
Queen
you
Boudica
mock
stood
me!
before them,
Your legions
demanding they
butchered
honor
my
her late
people!
husband's will,
Your people
they
chose
decided
defiance,
to make an example
woman.
out of her. They dragged the queen of the Iceni into the mud. In front of her own people, they stripped her of her royal robes. A Roman centurion stepped forward with a multi-tailed leather whip lined with jagged pieces of bone and metal. With every strike, they tore away her skin. With every strike, they sought to humiliate the British crown. But as Boudica screamed in agony, her back bleeding into the earth, her eyes were fixed on the royal palace. Because inside, a far worse horror was unfolding. Under ancient Roman law, there was a sacred, unbreakable religious taboo. It was strictly illegal to execute, enslave, or dishonor an unmarried virgin. The law was absolute, meant to protect the purity of Roman society, but the Roman soldiers occupying Boudica's palace weren't looking to follow the law. They were looking to completely break the spirit of the British resistance. And so, they found a sickening loophole. To bypass the legal protection of virginity, the Roman officers ordered their men to systematically and brutally violate the two teenage princesses first. By stripping them of their purity, the soldiers legally stripped them of their protection under Roman law. It was a calculated act of state-sanctioned terror. One by one, hundreds of Roman legionaries assaulted the two young girls, while their bleeding, whipped mother was forced to watch and listen. The Romans believed this ultimate degradation would break the royal bloodline forever. They believed that a mother who watched her daughters be destroyed would never fight back. They were wrong. They didn't break Queen Boudica, they turned her into an angel of death. The rage that consumed Queen Boudica was something the Roman Empire had never encountered before. She didn't weep, she didn't hide. She painted her face in blue woad, stood in her war chariot with her two broken daughters beside her, and called for blood. Her call resonated across Britannia. Tribes that had been enemies for centuries united under her banner of pure vengeance. Overnight, an army of 80,000 furious souls rose from the forests. Boudica didn't just want to defeat the Romans, she wanted to erase them. Her horde marched on Camulodunum, the Roman capital of Britain. They slaughtered the inhabitants, trapped the Roman garrison inside a temple, and burned it to the ground. Next, they marched on Londinium, modern-day London. The Roman governor fled, abandoning the city. Boudica's army massacred every man, woman, and child who remained. They hung Roman nobles from gallows. They inflicted horrors on Roman women that matched what had been done to Boudica's daughters. By the time her wrath was spent, 3 major Roman cities were reduced to ash. Over 70,000 Romans lay dead. Emperor Nero was in such a panic in Rome, he seriously considered abandoning Britain entirely. But fury alone cannot defeat a disciplined war machine. At the Battle of Watling Street, the tactical genius of the Roman legions finally trapped Boudica's massive, unarmored army. The slaughter was absolute. As the Roman legions closed in, victorious and bloodthirsty, Queen Boudica looked at her 2 daughters. She knew what the Romans would do to them if they were captured alive a second time. There would be no mercy. Refusing to ever let a Roman touch her children again, Queen Boudica mixed a lethal dose of poison. Together, the mother and her 2 daughters drank it, dying on their own terms on the battlefield. Rome eventually rebuilt its cities. Their historians tried to frame the rebellion as a mere riot, sanitizing the horrific crimes committed against the princesses. But history remembers. The Romans conquered their soil, but they could never conquer the spirit of the mother who burned an empire to avenge her daughters. What do you think of Rome's brutal legal loopholes? Was Boudica's revenge justified, or did it go too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to uncover more dark, forbidden relics of history that the world tried to hide, hit that subscribe button. This is Midnight Relics. Thanks for watching.
History remembers empires. Midnight Relics remembers what they buried.
I will tell you 4 main lessons for us from this history. 1. The fall of uncontrolled power. No matter how powerful the most tyrannical and arrogant empire is, one day their fall is certain. 2. The power of protest. When ordinary people unite against injustice, even the greatest power in the world trembles. 3. The fight for dignity. Rather than accepting slavery, fighting for one's own honor and freedom is the mark of a true hero. 4. The lessons of history. The past teaches us that the end result of cruelty is never good.